and you're going to tell us a story about Dave Zeuschel, which is what this is all about. We're trying to get some great stories, and you started one that I really have to have you finish.
One of my fondest memories of Dave was he used to come to the shop on 33rd and Cherry, and he used to bring his own mics and so forth, and he would sit on the floor of the engine room and he would go through all of the A1 392 blocks that we had, because that was the hot deal in those days. And then a couple of months later he came in and Joe says, well, I don't have many A1 blocks. And Zeuschel says, hey, they all break. Look at whatever you got.
Beautiful. Wonderful. That's a nice.
I'm glad you're doing something for Zeuschel, because I think he was kind of forgotten there for a while, and I'm proud of the fact that at the Hall of Fame, the Garlits Hall of Fame, I was pretty instrumental in making sure he got that recognition. So I'm on your side on this deal.
Yeah,
okay.
I think this is long overdue. This is sort of some of the stuff where they were newspaper clippings of things that happened, and Dave got into, with his club, the Barons, trying to get kids off the street, and get them out to Fernando and some of the other tracks that were around. So you can see some of them were pretty horrific, and you can see why he wanted to do this.
This is like today. I mean, this is current news. I mean, you could just change the date.
Excellent.
And it's happening all over again, and it's
because the racers on the street once again don't have any place to go.
Well, that's the sad part. Is you would say they should get off the street, but to not have a place to send them, that's a damn shame. And I wish I could do more.
Here's him in his jacket, and he's trying to put some stuff together to get the kids aware that there are safe places to race.
And there was then, and that some of these guys will drive past the drag strip to go race on the street. We know that.
Yeah,
but a lot of them would if they had the opportunity. So, there's Zeusch. I guess we first crossed paths in about 60, 61, maybe even before, when I was just a kid at the races, but great guy.
The Stelling's car.
Stelling's car, yeah.
And I don't know, if he was involved with this one.
Yeah, there's a good likelihood he was. I know that he was involved with Stelling's at some point in some of the cars. The Prudhomme there. Probably a Kent Fuller car, I imagine. But the time slips.
Now there's one that should bring back a few memories.
No, this is probably Prudhomme, and is this the Zeuschel Prudhomme car?
Zeuschel Fuller Prudhomme.
Prudhomme, yeah. Right? Okay. And I don't know, is that Rod Stuckey on the other side? I think this may be the car that became the Greer Black Prudhomme car. I'm not positive on that, but I think Rod Stuckey's car became the Greer Black Prudhomme car.
Gone over into.
Yeah, this looks like San Gabriel here. And again, same car with.
I always look for the barn door.
Barn door Enderleys, yeah.
He really, really loved that injector.
No, that and barn door was a good term on that. This.
This is the car they did Bakersfield. Wasn't it 62?
I think 62 is right. I think so.
There's a great. In fact, that is Bakersfield.
That's Bakersfield. There's Kent and Snake and Zeusch.
So what do you think? If I was to say somewhere in their 20s, you think I'd be pretty much right on the mark?
Well, Fuller might have reached 30 at that point, but I think these guys were definitely in their 20s. Prudhomme for sure. 62, I'd have been only 22, and I think Prudhomme's a little bit younger than me.
So to win the most prestigious meet at that age was such a coup.
Oh, it was great, and I was probably the guy down at the staging lanes. That's what I did those early years at Fire 2. And at times we'd have 6 running at one time.
Well, what I was doing was I was usually going up the side drooling all over the cows. I think I was chased away by more teams than I think I'd want to count.
This is really the start of when the cars started to have some real style and grace to them, with the chute packs.
Yeah, when he went to the 3.5 roll cage.
Oh, yeah.
That really smoothed the whole thing
The
down.
Ernie's car was probably the first one I saw that really crossed that that line, you know. But yeah, misspelled Perdome's name again. They were horrible with Drag News as far as spelling.
Well, the one that I also love, there's a picture in here, I'm pretty sure, of the B&M Torque Master, and they misspelled Zeuschel's name on one side and corrected it on the other.
Oh, it's kind of comical.
Now, there is a classic example of what happens after lunch, you know.
Well, more of the same here. Here we go.
That's a great photo.
That is.
You can see Perdome's just loving every minute of this.
Well, that was a start of a major career right there, you know. Of course,
now this is the one where Zeuschel first put the motor in. This is the original Barnstormer.
Right.
Note the 12-spoke mags on the front of it. So this is, I think, Ivo's shop that he had at the time.
It probably is. I remember the car with the weed burners on it. I got a couple of good shots I took of it at San Gabriel. That one of it, I mean, it's standing straight on in. You know, it's funny. Ivo's probably the oldest guy in the bunch here. You know, he looks like he's about 12.
Yeah.
It's
plus, he's so lightweight.
Oh,
he once told me that he had to run around in the shower to get wet.
He's great. The same car again. There we go.
There we are. This is with the makeshift body on it.
Yeah. They're little sissy bars. That's something you didn't see much when they put the body around it, you know, but that probably helped that car quite a bit, you know.
Well, it's got to be a bunch stronger.
It does, you know, those.
And then they took them off, and then they started them putting back on.
Yeah,
later years.
They made it look a little unsightly, you know, from a style standpoint.
Not by the time you got the tail on.
No, that's. Here we go. This is San Gabriel. I would have been there somewhere. It's Norm Weekly over there on the other side. I'm not sure if that was. I think this probably was still when it was just Weekly and Rivero. I don't think they were partners with Jim Fox. And,
is this the high back car? Or?
Well, it's the car that Pet Muller built. It's got the chute pack on it.
Okay.
And it's the one they did a replica of here in recent years. But when Ron Rivero and Norm Weekly, they were just the two of them when they came out with that car, and then later they teamed up with Jim Fox and Dennis Holding. There we go with the full body on it.
There's the full body. Still got the barn door.
Yeah, still there.
But we've moved on over to the Donovan covers as opposed to the Mickey Thompson.
Yeah.
It's little things.
There's Tom McCurry back here. McCurry was a big part of Ivo's stuff. And there's Zeuschel. This is San Gabriel. That's the old wash that they, all that's still there. I go by there. I'd like to get in that property and take a look at it sometime.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, at this time, I think Dave was working for CT.
You know, I think so. I don't know that for a fact, but you know, it also when Dursky came out with his car, it had the CT ID on it, and Zeuschel was part of that operation. So there he is.
Now this is a great shot. I've never seen this one.
That's great there. That's. Okay, this was the Moody car?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
There's definitely some fabbing going on there.
Oh, yeah.
Great tail. You remember who did this tail?
I don't know if it was Wayne Ewing or maybe Sorrell, probably one of those two guys.
Yeah.
The big Z. This looks like this. Probably Half Moon Day, I think.
I was going to say the same thing. I was going to guess.
Wheels in the air.
Yeah, that's Moody again right there.
That's the way he drove. Incredible guy. Living in Thailand now.
Mm-hmm. Fuller Moody, yeah. More of that same car.
Yeah, Lions.
That car was such a killer when it was out.
I guess when he rolled that thing up into a ball, he was lucky he didn't really get hurt, you know. But it's Frank Cannon here.
Yeah. And that's Mood over there, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is, yeah. This is it,
Now,
probably
he
Pomona.
was running the Zeuschel motor at that
Well, I
time.
think he did with Zeuschel some, yeah. Of course, this is a whole zoomy header.
And that's got the down headers.
Yeah, we got, that's a nice weed burners and the zoomies.
There's a slick shot,
Yeah,
too.
there we are, yeah. There's Joel Purcell. These look city officials here, I guess, and Moody. There we go. Okay.
This is one where the Zeuschel car, I think the Moody car and the Wondersky car, they switched drivers.
Oh, is that right?
So Zeuschel got in this one, and I think Wondersky got in the other car.
Oh, really?
I never heard how it came out.
I'm not familiar.
But that's got to be Fernando.
That was a tight fit. Yeah.
That was at San Fernando.
Was it? Yeah. Well, Zeuschel was a big guy, you know.
Yeah, that
There we
must
go.
have been interesting.
This is a particularly good picture for me because I know all the guys, but this guy right here hired me in my first job in drag racing. His name is Jack Tice.
Okay.
He's one of the Tice brothers that own San Gabriel and operated a meat market right across from my wife and I had a little rental house. I went in the meat market one day and asked him, "Do you ever need any help out there?" "Yeah, come on out. We'll give you $10 a week." And this is the guy
That started it all.
yeah, I mean, I may have got in some other way, but and he was a B-29 pilot during World War II, so he was a hero automatically, you know. But that's Jack Tice. If you ever hear the Tice, no relation to the AHRE Tices. Moody, Zeuschel, Donovan, and Fuller. And Fuller, yeah. That's a great picture. I'd like to get a copy of that. Don't know.
That's Sorrell.
Is that Sorrell?
Bob Sorrell.
Is that him? Okay.
This is when he's putting the nose on the car.
Yeah, the question is, the car looks longer without the nose, so did they lengthen this car at some point? Bob Sorrell before his beard. See it
Okay.
later, it looks shorter with the nose.
Yeah,
They're
here.
taking the nose off and lengthening.
Yeah, because it does give that appearance.
Oh,
Whose car is that?
That's
that's the same car.
They put a nose on the
The
front.
nose on it, yeah.
Zeuschel, they never had a Hillborn. Is that a Hillborn on? Oh, it's a barn door on there?
No, that's a Hillborn, 4-hole Hillborn.
No, he never had one of them.
Well,
That's the car.
that's the car. So, oh, that's Denny Forsberg there. I don't know, Denny, is he here today? I don't know. I thought he was coming down here. Denny Forsberg. He was coming. This is his car here. This was a haul-ass little junior peeler at the time, you know.
There it is again.
Yeah.
I think he had a wedding.
Well, that ain't no barn door, you know. Here it is.
With a barn door.
Yeah. So
That was the Zeuschel, Fuller, and Moody car, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But if it had a Hillborn on it, that could have been Donovan's influence.
They could have been. Here it is with the barn door.
There's that CT sequence again.
All these are at Lions. This is Bakersfield
That's
here.
Bakersfield there.
Yeah. Kenny Lawn, starter at Bakersfield. He's still around. Kenny saw him last week up there at the Old Timers dinner. Getting a little wing action here.
That's fine.
Okay, is this